Hey, what's going on, guys? If you find that you're one of those people that just seems to get lost and confused in all the nutrition jargon that goes on online, you're not alone. Whether you're trying to start a new diet, you're just looking to eat healthy, there's all kinds of information out there that can distract you from just understanding what the heck is going on, especially as it pertains to just food labels and just general nutrition. In this video, we're going to go over some of the nutritional basics that are going to help you not only understand what you're putting in your mouth and what you're putting on the table for your family, but it's also going to help you make better decisions to help you get closer to your goals. All right, guys, so starting with the basics. There's a couple key principles or a couple ideas that we need to understand moving forward. And one of the ways I kind of think about this when I'm talking to my clients is that you had to learn the alphabet. You were still able to talk, but before you got really good at it, you still had to learn the alphabet and sentence structure. So we're going to go into some of those basics right now. It's not going to stop you from eating, right? So you don't need to know these things to be able to survive. But if you want to get that grassroots foundational understanding on food, we got to hit some of the basics. And the first thing we're going to talk about is macros. Talking about the macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats. Each one of those has specific roles in the body, okay? There's some overlap where the body will make things work if one of them is deficient over the other, which is extremely freaking cool, but it's just not for this video. Now with protein, the two things that we're concerned about are essential and non-essential, okay? Proteins are made up of amino acids, and we have essential aminos, which means the body has to have them. You've got to get them from food. And then we have non-essential, which means the body can make them on their own. Now, here's the funny thing. If you don't get the right amount of food and you're not real well balanced in your protein sources, you'll end up deficient. And that's going to cause your body to be just less efficient or less productive in the way cells work, okay? Super layman. Now, out of those aminos, you have to either supplement or you have to intentionally choose foods that are going to bring those essential aminos back in. Now with carbohydrates, there's two things that we want to focus on, and that's simple and complex, okay? A complex carb is just one where your body has to work harder to break it down, to be able to consume it. So if you eat a sweet potato, it's more of a complex carb, even though it's a starch. Your body's actually going to have some amount of calories that are going to go towards digesting it. A simple carbohydrate, on the other hand, is one the body breaks down very easily. And the downside to that is that when sugar hits the bloodstream very fast, you're looking at a spike in insulin, which if you're not ready for optimal storage into muscle, you can find that most of those will go into fat storage. So simple carbs is something that we want to typically avoid, unless it's post-workout or there's some other conditions. We're keeping this light, okay? So not real geeky. Now with simple carbs versus complex carbs, the other thing that you want to remember, most man-made things, breads, pastas, they're all going to be simple, okay? So when you're trying to decide which type of carbs to eat and which ones you want to stay away from, complex is always king. Simple, there's a timing dependent thing with them, and you want to be able to make sure you're eating simple at the right time to make sure that the uptake is optimal, okay? All right, and then lastly, we're going to talk about fats. The three types of fats that we're going to focus on today are going to be unsaturated, polyunsaturated, and then saturated. Unsaturated and polyunsaturated, those are typically going to be from plant-based, all right? Plants, nuts, and seeds. Saturated, not 100% because we do have coconut oil that has saturated, avocado is saturated. There's other plant-based that are saturated as well, but the ones that we want to pay attention to are animal-based. Milk, dairy, meat, those are all typically going to be saturated fats. Now, how much of each of those types of fat you get in your diet, depending on your genetics, is going to determine how beneficial or harmful those are going to be for you. You want to make sure that they're balanced. Try to limit most of your animal-based saturated fats to around 10% of your total intake for the day. That's just a general guideline. It's not specific to you. There's always going to be more conditions that are going to make it more tailorable to what you're looking for. Again, keeping this high level. All right, so we covered macronutrients. Now very quickly we're going to go over micronutrients. That's your vitamins and minerals. And vitamins and minerals have roles in other enzymatic functions. They basically just help the body continue to do the things it needs to do to help you survive. Burn fat, think, digest food, run around, play with your kids. If you're unbalanced in your vitamins and your minerals, you will find that there's a drop-off in some performance. It could affect the way you burn fat, it can affect the way you sleep, it can affect your mood. So typically supplementing with vitamins and minerals is beneficial to the general wellness mindset. And depending on who you are and how active you are, you might need more of one thing or the other. But again, there is a role and there's a place for vitamins and minerals as well. All right, so how much food do you need? How much should you eat? When we talk about recommended daily allowance, when we talk about a base nutritional intake for the day, every person is going to be different. And I know that food labels are going to say something like based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Your sports nutrition guy might be telling you something else. Your nutritionist might be telling you something else. There's a whole lot of numbers and calculating that comes into determining exactly how much you need. But there are a number of factors. Your age, your gender, your activity level, the amount of lean muscle mass that you have on your body. There's a whole bunch of things that goes into determining the right amount for you to be able to function and survive. But when you're talking about weight loss and muscle gain, there's a lot of tweaking that needs to happen. It's not a one size fits all. That's the most important thing to take away from this. When you're trying to determine how much you're supposed to eat, keep an open mind because it might not be what you think. Typically, what I see with most of my clients, I have just as many folks that undereat as overeat. So you might find that you're not getting anywhere near the nutritional density, let alone getting the right balance of proteins, carbs, and fats, vitamins, and minerals, okay? So remember, this is very individualistic and your needs are gonna be different from somebody else's, which is why there is no one size fits all and there is no one diet that universally works for everybody. All right, so you've got a grasp on some of the basics, and this is very elementary. And to refer back to what I said in the beginning of the video, you have to kind of have that elementary outlook on what you're doing, and that's, you want to help kind of move that along a little bit better. Start tracking every single thing that you eat. Nobody likes counting macros, it's a pain in the butt, but go ahead and get a scale. I have a link to one here in the video. Get a scale and track every single thing that you eat for 3 to 5 days. The picture of your daily nutritional intake is going to start to shape, and you'll start to get a better idea as to the proteins, carbs, and fats. And if you're using something like MyFitnessPal, it'll even give you the breakdown on the vitamins and the minerals that you're getting as well. And you'll get more of a picture on what you're doing. Now, without that tracking, without that basic understanding, it's going to be hard to make adjustments to push you into the direction that you want to go. So initially it might become a little bit cumbersome, but once you start developing a habit and you get into the routine of it, that information is invaluable. And that's probably one of the #1 things I have my new clients do, especially when we're trying to establish a new nutritional baseline and get them on the track for health and fitness. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. We do all this content for you, so hopefully you're finding it of value. Check out the next video where we talk about the next level of nutrition talks that are going to help you not just hit your goals, but maybe influencing your family and friends as well towards a healthier, happier path. See you in the next video, guys.